Hello, old souls. Welcome. Cheers. Come on in, fellow empaths, seers, and psychonauts. Looks like we're stepping into a universe today, and lots of silver cords, exaltations, lots of energy to work through. So if you'd like to scooch up a chair and scry with me today, we're going to utilize the scroll, scrying for shapes and symbols, of course, adding tarot and oracle, and we've got Ghost Tube kicking for any audio editions from the afterlife that may further add to our abstract and ancient Odic adventures. Overall, pleased to receive release freely. And before we dive in, I want to thank you for your time, attention, and awareness, your likes, shares, subscribes, and views, as your presence and perspective is powerful. So gratitude for you being you. When you're ready, let's go. So when I was setting up, hi Harold. This is the card that came through, this universal kind of exalting ourselves from, at least when I stepped into it, exalting from this, maybe even certain energies, and sometimes just like stepping out into a whole new world. And this isn't in regards to an escapism of sorts. It felt just energetic, you know what I mean? Like being catapulted and taking some time to soar, whether it's through meanderings, spaciousness, ether, psychological concepts. It was just like everything in the empty space of dark matter, or whatever we may call it, or perhaps the fabric of consciousness, that kind of, anywho, you know the drill. If you see, sense, or feel anything, please, you can take a screenshot and you look right there. Yeah, and almost as well if something else is being born. And I'm also seeing a contraption. It looks like it's maybe jeweled, but it doesn't have to be jeweled. But it like almost like in a Rubik's Cube, but it's more spherical. And there's a contraption anyway to open it up and reveal. It's almost like there's a little pillow in there. It's so cool. Anyway, if you're opening up with me, taking a nice deep breath, closing the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush. Activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support. In the name and honor of old souls, fellow empaths, seers, and psychonauts, thank you for being my muse, and may we all meet a message with meaning. Oh, I get a little blanky blank one here. Oh, I think it's yellow. All right. You know the drill. If you see, sense, or feel anything, please feel well to comment below or keep to oneself. Drop an emoji. Give a girl a like. Any interactions is appreciated. And as we're in my like attic here, very flowers in the attic feel, we're here for a little bit. I just had to move my little fireplace, just, make me feel like home, my scrying home. But yeah, we'll be here for a little bit. All right. Okay. My scrolls are all varying ages, all like misfits. Love it though. All right. It's interesting that this scroll came out because for me, this is my like world scroll, very indicative of this universe. And it's almost like asking me to consider when I say the world as I, you, we, me, right? But as Steph here, the world amongst the universe, and yet our I, you, we, me, my day is my universe. It's how I interact with maybe bigger elements at play beyond what I can see, beyond my physical environment. Bored. All right. There might be some old souls that are feeling bored. Which is creating, it's like that, having that feeling of being stuck. But am I stuck, or am I just sick and tired of something? Or have I been standing in place for too long? And it's not necessarily about being in like what is that? Like the dopamine thing of like looking for the next thing. This feels very conscious. This feels very connected within myself, my universe, I, you, we, me. And it's like, okay, solar plexus from the sun to the universe, the communication between those, the vitamins that I'm receiving. I can see myself starting to glisten a little bit. And it's almost like playing with that temperature and time when you hang out in the sun to receive, but before you get sunburn. That sliver, that's the moment I feel like I'm in right now. Just before I know I'm going to get sunburnt. And for everyone that's different, right? Everyone's skin suit's different, and the alchemy of such, but there's still something about that or overheating. And that's where I feel like I'm not stuck. I'm aware. And it's like, and what am I going to do from here? Where would I like to go? What would I like to experience? I hope I said that well. There's a larger being coming through and out of it feels very Ark of the Covenant for me, whatever that might mean to you. But there's also a piece that is dancing, if I may, shadow and shine, or the light and the dark, the subconscious, conscious, this, that, or the other. But it's like holding up right in front of me and being very, very pleased with it. But it's actually my shadow or my subcon that is starting to communicate, maybe even the concept of my world, i.e. me as Steph, our day-to-day, this, that, the other. And even moving past the globe, moving past even maybe what we can comprehend. I don't know, old souls, if this is a vibe that you've been feeling lately, like this, I don't even know. I'm going to use the term enormous energy. I got to write that down because it is an enormous energy. And while I'm trying to apply a word or a term to kind of like connect in, if you're feeling this, like the scope of it, the size of it, it's going to be able to be carried in my pocket like a piece of lint. That power, that maybe even the perception of it.
Stephanie.
Hello. It's weird when GhostTube says my name because it's like my parents, like Stephanie. And I feel like I'm plugging into this. There's also a womb like space that's happening here. I'm seeing twins, so again it's very light and dark, shadow and shine. If you join us in the secret society. Second or third tier, we'll wander over to the Flipside for the extended, so I will see you there, but if not, no pressure, just letting you know. It's also solar plexus oriented. It's funny because I kind of feel like shout out to Swimming in the Void. That's what it feels like, and yet it's very sunny, but it's like I'm bringing the illuminations of all those sun tanning for a moment, and that's what I take out as I go through the void. It's almost like, so I feel like a firefly. I've never seen the show Firefly. Should I watch it? I don't know, but that's what it's kind of coming into. It's like I'm the firefly, IUE me, and wherever you go, it's like this little glowworm. And even though I'm saying little, again, all these scopes of sizes doesn't seem to do. It's kind of like relative to anything else. I could be big compared to a bug, but you throw me out into spaciousness and I'm very small compared to the globe. But the planet of Earth could be very, very small in relation to, you get the gist. Old souls, whew. Yeah, okay.
Play with me.
Yeah. Three of Swords coming in, the Cave of Ice. This is that stuck feeling in the universe for me. It could be something in the heart. My nose is so itchy. Excuse me, my nose is so itchy. So what's being drawn to me is in here, there's like a tattoo on her arm. I don't know what it is. Oh, maybe it's 3 swords. But then I'm also seeing something here. Interesting. And this is feeling very trampoline-y, and I was seeing a trampoline here. It's like
what I want.
Getting ready to, being on a trampoline and almost like preparing to double jump. So it's like you take a little bit of time on a trampoline. You're like, okay, Okay. And then you have a friend or your shadow, your subconscious, super conscious, whatever the case. No, it's not super conscious because I feel like that's where I'm double jumping to, double jumping to super consciousness. But you take some time to like find that. Okay, okay, and then you're fine. I also feel like old souls sometimes the especially for those that wander in empathy energy and the universal kind of empathy energy, where in the universe that is, if it's in a planet, in a town, some of you might be tuning in specifically to locations, certain people, except you know the drill. And it's like you want to scream for them, right? You just in order, it's not that you're necessarily holding it, but you can feel it, so you just want to kind of like I think I'm seeing like a I don't know if it's a, oh, for heavens and hot dogs, think. I need my intellect to kick in for a moment. Music video. And it's like Michael Jackson. It's exactly who it is. And he screams at the start of it or maybe in between somewhere and just like belts it out. But then this is also the spark. It's like also being in is a house music or dance or whatever, and the DJ is about to drop the beat.
We're here.
Welcome. Thank you. I also feel like old souls, there are other old souls that are helping you in whatever regard that might be in. Because you're definitely plugging into something. But it's almost like clockwork as well. It's very, but I'm not talking about time. What is that? A grenade? Some of you might feel like there's pressure building somewhere and a grenade. I also feel like something's being presented to me. I'm going to say it this way, in a way of worship. And maybe whom or what you may worship or apply your words to. And or this could be an element that's stepping forward. It doesn't look natural. Give me a moment. It's like something presented to me to say, worship this or look at this. And yet, I can see it's almost like steampunk. Nothing against steampunk. I love steampunk. It's a contraption. It's very odd. In the Cave of Winds is Ace of Swords with the Eight of Cups. Interesting how now she's walking towards the sun, but there is fire there. Why is that spiral staircase sticking out? I'm actually just going to put you guys up here. Can we do this?
Not all of us.
Here comes the sun. Oh, okay. Thank you. Head and heart. And it's almost like having a little ceremony, especially with the solar plexus here. For some of us, an emotion or an energy that we have been connected to exalt it might feel very raw. But I feel like I'm giving it a Viking's funeral. There's honor there. There's understanding. Something about the mind and heart for sure. And light at the end of the tunnel, but it's actually the basement. And it's bringing me into that stone. Oh, I have a picture of it, and I actually have a few of them. It's like the fossil one that looks like a shell. If you remember what it's called, I'm brutal for remembering things. That's why I have reference material. That's exactly what it makes me feel like. So in the Cave of Hearth Fires, it's interesting that it's like a walking away, but towards the sun. I feel like also I had to go somewhere to do this, and then I'm going to return somewhere, if that makes sense. Cave of Rivers. There is a rubber duck and or a rubber chicken.
A long time ago.
I don't think I have a feeling of fear. That's not it. There's a differentiation here. Fright being more instinctual. Fear being maybe more emotional or of the head. Anyway, there's a differentiation between here, fright and fear. Something's fussy. Yeah, moving on from it. In the Cave of Rivers is the Chariot, the Lovers, and the King of Swords. If those cards mean anything to you, take it in. If the art stands out. Again, I don't know why all these tattoos are standing out to me on these cards today. So this is what if this is about the heart, or maybe a state of, do I want to say stuck? I don't know. I want to go back to the Ark of the Covenant. Power dynamics, power plays. Let's just say if it's relationship oriented, masculine, feminine, romantic, platonic, jobs, any channel that you're working with. There's two different sensations happening here. I feel like this guy, just generalizing, is waiting. Come to me. And this one is coming to me.
Curse.
This is a calm feel. It's like a gravitational pull. And this one is an action. One's passive, one's active. Interesting. There's bats and crows in here as well. That's in the Cave of Rivers. How I might be feeling. How old souls even might be working with the powers that be, or the powers at play within any channel.
Weak.
I'm also dipping a flower right now. I don't know if it's flower dyeing or putting something in wax, but I'm dipping something in. It's like a preserving, like a candy apple. Not that a candy apple necessarily does the candy preserve the apple. Maybe it does. I don't really know. Cave of Earth. Yeah, I'm going to plug back in here. Oh, that's funny because I was actually seeing like a half person that was severed from about their, just under their chest, breast. And then we have death, rebirth here. But what I want to know is this feeling, this face. Yeah, all the trees. Did you say trees or was I imagining it? Yeah, you said trees. Is like this card, this vision. You might have also had to release or exalt somebody. Or again, a channel of opportunity. I'm in Dune. So there's, it's also like covering oneself in extreme weather conditions. Sandstorms, windstorms, dust storms. There's an energy coming through old souls from one of the other old souls. Now, whether they're incarnate as somebody that you watch, from, somebody that that you would consider like a confidant to you, that you can take in wisdoms and work through. I think it's like the space of wisdom. It's space of wisdoms at work where there's other old souls where you can have that space and enjoy that space to work through your own wisdoms and workings. So they're also sending you. They're like also your light at the end of the tunnel, but you're also the light at the end of the tunnel for other people as well. Now, this could be in relation to, I just got to note it as it keeps like sticking in my craw here, is when I keep saying other old souls, but I want to go into the other side, the hereafter, the afterlife. And this may be for some that are working specifically with grief and or spiritually speaking, of helping those cross over. And you can feel, empathically feel, maybe you're working psychopomp style, the pain, the anguish, the hurt, but also the questions at play. And you are, it's almost like you are the ceremony. By you being their light here, they can connect with you to help them move on and be reunited with their source that is waiting for them. And you are the chariot, you are the vehicle that helps just by being you. Now, you may do things that is your part of your process, but essentially to be illuminated in this way for
Talk to me.
the dead. Hello, yep, we're here. Speak freely. You're just you. And yeah, sometimes that can have an air of Grim Reaper, or you're cloaked, because that's a part of also your protection. Because it also, like moth. Well, I don't want to be, yeah. Okay, anyway, you know the drill. Okay, let's get ready to close out. And if you're joining us on the flip side, I will see you there. And if not, old souls, you know, I'll see you next week. Beneath the surface. Yeah, it's like coming up for air from being underwater, which is cool because you can navigate there, but you can't stay there. Sharing your wisdom. So yellowy, I love it. That solar plexus too. You might be also working with dragon energy. But it's like raising dragons. Did you ever see the show Raising Hope? That's what kind of popped through. And then follow the signs. And I don't know if there's something about markings or tattoos or something that's very symbolic for you in that nature that helps you remember the richness within. It's something. Maybe it's a quote you have on a wall. Maybe it's a mantra you say when you're wherever. But it's something about that helps you remember how rich the universe is. And if you have felt exalted from people, places, or things, could we potentially see it as a catapult into the vastness, just more space? Okay, I'll see you on the flip side. I hope this did serve, inspire, educate, or entertain. Thank you so much, old souls, and I'll see you again next week. So much love. Bye.
Fool.
Like a fool, let's take a card and take us to the other side. Should we grab a shaman? Yeah, let's grab a shaman card for old souls. Shaman of birth. Perfect. Death and rebirth and birth.